So recently I looked online to see if anybody was still searching this lens, the Sigma 17 to 50 at an f2.8. It's a really good lens, but I think there's some confusion on it. A lot of people are reviewing this within like the last 11 months. I've had this lens for like 4 or 5 years now, since I had my 7D. Right after I bought the 7D Mark II when it came out about 4 years ago, I bought this lens to replace the 18 to 55 because I was coming from a T3i. So I bought this lens and I've done a ton of work with it over the last 4 years. The main reason that I went with the Sigma over the Tamron, although the Tamron I think was a little bit better for video, the Sigma is really good for video too, but it was just sharper as far as like all the tests that I found. It was a lot sharper for the photography. Now I'm not a professional photographer, nor am I a professional videographer, cinematographer, whatever. I make home videos with my camera, and I have shot weddings and stuff in the past. Now this lens does have image stabilization on it, and it works good for the most part, but this is a very, very loud lens when it comes to autofocus. The hack is so you don't really hear this as much and you can drown some of it out with music, but the minute you start hearing it rack focus on you is when you would stop talking, let it find you, and then start talking again so you can cut that part out of your vlog. But I would recommend this if you know that this is a cheaper lens. Just to give you an idea, I'll let you hear what it sounds like when it's trying to find the autofocus. Okay, so in a vlogging situation, I'm on autofocus right now, and I also have the camera set to face detection. Everything is in auto right now. The white balance is in auto. The ISO is also in auto. I'm at 24 frames at 1/50th of a second, and I don't know what the readings are. It's actually pretty dismal out here today. So as far as like light is really good right now because there's no harsh sun, as you can see up there. It's probably all blown out for you, but I wanted to give you an idea of using this lens with dual pixel autofocus in your Canon and what that would sound like in outside. Like, this isn't really a noisy situation. I can actually feel the camera, I can feel the lens racking back and forth, hunting for my face to keep it in focus. I can feel it into the Joby legs, because that's how hard it racks for focus. I mean, for the most part, because I'm keeping my arm's length out, but I'm at 17 on here. So this is what it sounds like if you're moving around, your background's changing, you know, different colors are changing or whatever. The stabilization is on in here. So I'll change the focusing now to center focus. So let's change that right now, actually. All right, so now we're in center focus, and you probably, because I'm keeping the same distance, keeping the camera the same distance from my face. As you can see, now that it's in the center focus, my face is center of the frame. I know I'm staring straight down the barrel of the lens, so I know that it's keeping me in focus. I know I'm in focus, and I can feel minimal focusing changing right now. So yeah, I don't even hear it anymore. So that's the hack. If you were going to buy this lens and you're thinking about using the dual pixel autofocus, I wouldn't even really worry about it. I'd be more worried about the center focus so that you don't hear it racking focus. There, we changed focus again there. I can feel it, and we just changed again. So this would be the way to go, like this. All right, so now this is center focus, no microphone. with the OS off. There's no image stabilization on there. I'm just holding the camera out. Camera has nothing on it. It's just the Joby legs, the camera with no image stabilization on it, on center focus. You could probably tell that it's a lot quieter, especially because I'm keeping the same focal length from lens to my face. So you don't really hear it racking that much until I change the distance. And even then you don't really hear it. All right. Yeah. Let's go. All right, so this is just one last little bonus test. I have the camera back into, I got the camera back into face detection, but I'm not using a mic. So the focusing back and forth might be a little bit more prominent. Let me see what I'm at f2.8 right now. So all the settings are the same, 50th of a second, 24 frames. With the ISO on auto, as well as the autofocus is on face detection. So I got that. I wonder if you can hear that. I don't know how much you can hear that. So I can feel it in the camera. I know that it's checking for focus right now. Also, quickly, I just wanted to say, in the playback that I was just watching, I wanted to make sure that everything was sounded right and that I could hear the lens focusing. The amount of focus breathing that is in this lens is really, really apparent too. Like, you can really see the focus breathing in the Sigma 17 to 50. So focus breathing is whenever the lens changes focus, you'll notice everything that's in frame will feel like it's breathing, like it's pulsating, sort of. So as I move in, you should see all of everything that's in and out of focus. You should see that when it changes focus, the whole image is going to start moving in and out like that. So there's a dumb amount of focus breathing that goes on with this lens. So that's another thing. If that sort of thing will get on your nerves or irritate you, because I had to get really used to that and know that the camera's going to do that before I go to switch. Like if you wanted to rack focus, if you're going to use this for your filmmaking and you want to rack focus from one person to the other, then know that the focus breathing in this lens is going to be real, like you're going to see it and it might be distracting. So you might want to rent a better lens if you want to stay within this focal length to do that. The focus breathing in this lens is really, like, it's pretty crazy. You can see it. Right now, you should be able to see it. I can't see anything because I don't have a monitor or anything, but I know that it does that. There's been plenty of times in weddings where I want to rack focus from like a glass of champagne to the bride and groom, and then you see the whole image goes like this in between focusing to the next thing. So those are the two main things that I wanted to say about this lens. If you're considering buying this lens, know that the focus breathing is really noticeable, and how loud the focusing motor is, because it, like I said, it's old technology. It's an older lens before they started coming out with, like, the art series of lenses. So just know that it's a bargain lens. It's a great lens. As long as you know all of its shortcomings, you can work around those. Yeah, everything that you read up on this lens is a dope lens, especially for the price. It's probably the best bang for buck as far as like quality, sharpness, and what you'll get out of the video. Yes, I'll talk to you later. Best bang for buck. Go for it. Down in the comments, if you have any other questions, leave a question about whatever you want to know about that lens, and I will definitely get back to you about it, because I want you to know everything that you need to know about these lenses, especially because I know them inside and out for the last 4 or 5 years that I've been shooting with them. All right, talk to you guys later. Peace.
No one's perfect, mistakes are made every day, believe, but you still gotta be the best you could be, a man of your word and a man with a dream.